Hi everyone. In this video I'm going to show you how to change the appearance of your code in the SFC programming environment. To do this I have created a quite simple SFC program. Here I have three steps. So one is called init, the other one is step 0 and the next one is step 1. And I have created three actions. So this is one kind of action. X01, within which I'm just resetting the Boolean variable blue. Then I have one entry action for the step 0. In the step 0 entry action, I'm resetting the blue. And then in the step 1 entry action, you can double click here and see it, I'm setting the blue variable. And I have three transitions here. The first transition from init to step 0 is true, so it will occur, it will happen immediately. Then the next transition is called trans. So I have already added it into my project. You can see it here, trans. The transition results in a Boolean variable, true or false, and it's the statement is here: if the step 0.t is bigger than 3 seconds. So the execution will be here. It will be remained here for 3 seconds, and after 3 seconds it will go to the step 1. And for going from step 1 to step 0, I have another transition, trans underline 1, and it's checking the amount of time that we have been in the step step 1. If it's more than 3 seconds, then we will go back to step 0. So in this way, our Boolean variable will be set to true and false every 3 seconds. And I think you already know how to add the transitions and actions. You can just right click on the PSC_PRG, and then in the add object you can have the action, method, property, and transition. Okay, I have added the transitions from here. So now I can just since I'm in the simulation mode, I can just log in and run the code, and you can see it in the runtime. So if you have a look here at the blue variable, it's becoming true for 3 seconds, then false for 3 seconds, then true for 3 seconds, and so on and so forth. So it's blinking in some sense. Now I would like to show you some options that you have here, the way in which all the elements here are presented to you. So you can go to the tools menu, and in the options you can select the SFC Editor. Here you have two tabs. The first one is layout and the other one is the view. I will explain both of them to you. In the layout tab we have the elements, and we have a control on the step height, the height of the step width, the width of the step, action width, the width of the action, this part, the area in which you show the name of the action in it, and qualifier width, this width here, and then the property width, which is the width of the properties which are shown. For example, this trans underline 1. So you may have some default values, but then depending on your needs and your desires, you can change them to some other values. For example, in this case, I would like to change the step height from 2 to 1. Let's see what happens. As you can see, the height of the steps are changed. I can go back again there and change the width, for example, from 6 to 3. And you see what happens. The widths of the steps are now smaller than before. So let's go again here. For the action widths, I have 5. I can change it to 10 to see the effect, and you see what happens here. Yeah, this was the part for the action widths. Again, tools, options, SFC Editor, and this time qualifier widths. Qualifier width is set to 3. I will set it to 1. Let's see what happens, and you see what happens here. This part just became smaller. So let's go back and check the property width. It's set to 10. I will set it to 2. Nothing happens because it's not visible yet. So if we go back again and set it to 1. Alright, yeah, we don't see it because we don't have any property here shown. It's because of the options that I have. I will explain this later, but for now I'm using it because here you can see that the time in which we have been inside this step. So going back again to the options, SFC Editor, property width, it's set to 2. If I change it to 5, now you see the width of the property is the area for showing the property is increased right now. All right, so here we also have the font. You can just click on the box here and change the font. If you don't like the default one, you can make it bold. You can change the font size. You can change the type of the font, the family of the font as well. I have changed it to 14. Now I would like to go to 10. I don't want to have it. Maybe I will make it bold. And then you should see the difference if you do it. If you change the font and the size, you should notice it. Okay, so let's go back again. Here in the SFC editor, we are done with this part. In the view part, first of all, you have this option, the online show time step. Show step time, you already have seen it. If it's checked, then you have the time displayed here. If I remove it, we will not see the time here. It will not be displayed. Okay, view, I will keep this here. And here we have some options for some properties to be shown or not. We may have the comments and symbols with the values and with their names in general, or for specific things we may have the minimal active, maximal active values with the names, or we may have the actions, for example, here. So for the case of actions, we don't have the step entry action selected, so we don't see the step entry action name here. But if I select it, the value with the name, yeah, and then click on OK, you see that it's displayed here now. So step entry. But since the width of the property is small, it's not completely shown here. So I can go back to the options, SFC editor, property width, change it back to 10, and here you see more. Okay, step entry, step 1 underline entry. This is the name of the step entry action. Alright, so this is how you can change the appearance of your code, of your SFC code. You can do it for different things. For the action association, branches, macros, you can have the comments with the name and value, and so on and so forth. And from here you can change the sizes of the elements that you have in the SFC programming. Okay, so that's all for this video. I hope you have enjoyed it and find it useful. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.